in the Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? Let's proclaim the greatest radio show.
Welcome, fans, to another episode of The Spread. I'm your host, Jim Sella, in studio with my co-host, JDash. Going to talk about the DeflateGate scandal going on in the NFL right now. They handed down Tom Brady's suspension of, 4 games. The Patriots were fined $1 million, and they took away a first-round draft pick in 2016 and a fourth-round draft pick in 2017.
Correct.
It's brutal.
It is brutal.
I think it's well worth it, though. After the Spygate, and now they have DeflateGate, so they're dual gate, so you got to do something. The Patriots obviously don't care about the rules.
Well, from what I understand, it's not even about deflating the footballs, because other teams have done this before.
Yeah, it's only a $20,000 or $25,000 fine for that.
Yeah, $25,000, and the Panthers and Vikings both did this and only got warned. They didn't even get fined the $25,000. What the problem was trying to cover it up.
Yeah, in the collective bargaining agreement signed by the Players Union and the NFL, it says that you must fully cooperate with any investigation that the NFL is doing. And the Patriots didn't do that. They didn't allow him to talk to certain equipment managers. Brady didn't give him emails. He didn't give him text messages. So that is considered conduct detrimental to the league according to their law.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's why I wouldn't necessarily label Tom Brady a cheater just because of this.
Well, he's a cheater because he knew it was going
because
on.
of this. They've cheated in the past and got caught. But just because of this, I don't label him a cheater myself.
Well, Spygate was definitely taken into account when making up this punishment.
I'm sure it was. I mean, that's a ton. That's 40 times more than the rule book punishment.
Yeah.
So that's a ton.
Why do you think the NFL waited a few days after the Wells report came out to hand down the suspension? Do you think that they cared about what the fans had to say? Do you think they maybe just wanted to hear what the fans had to say? I know they're not basing it on what fans said. But...
No, I think Roger Goodell's an attention horn. It keeps all the spotlight on him.
But do you
he
think
feeds off of it.
It's a negative spotlight, so I don't know if that's...
No, he loves it. The whole world is waiting for his call.
I heard... I think it was Trent Dilfer. Somebody on ESPN said that the NFL is basically a bully, and like a big brother who wants to rub your face in it, and they just kind of are forcing people to do whatever they want and go nah 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 nah.
Well, I hate the NFL now, man. I told you a million times.
You love the NFL.
It's terrible.
Tried out for the Steelers this year.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad, wrong.
How much do you think it's actually helped Brady? A deflated football. Yeah, it makes it easier for him to grip the ball. It makes it easier for his team to catch the ball, hold on to the ball, but it also makes it a little easier for the defense to catch the football. So,
well, apparently they only usually do it during cold weather games,
right,
to make the ball a little softer for him, apparently. And it definitely has to make Tom Brady feel more comfortable, else he wouldn't do it at all. But when you look back at that game, they blew him out. There's no way that ball had anything to do with that win.
And they scored all the points in the second half after the balls had been pulled.
Yeah.
So.
And
ball's been pulled.
The only thing about that is you don't know how many times they did that throughout the season or throughout the years, and how many games did it actually help them win is the question.
Well, I heard today a Pittsburgh radio host said that when the Spygate scandal went down and the NFL destroyed all the evidence, the reason they destroyed the evidence is because the Patriots were mad about the punishment handed down and said that if the NFL released what they found on the video, that they would tell the world what all the other teams in the NFL do.
Well, tell us. I want to know.
Inquiring minds do want to know. I want to know what was on those tapes. What else is everybody doing? How much cheating is really going on? Are these games fixed?
They're saying everyone's recording everyone. Will show us. I mean, is it going to make that much of a difference? Is it going to... It's not going to stop people from watching football. They watch any crap you put out there these days.
I think it makes people watch football more. It makes it more like a reality show. They have drama, they have controversy, and they have sport. You put it together, it's the ultimate man soap opera.
It's wrestling is what it is.
Wrestling.
It is.
If Vince McMahon ran the NFL.
In 50 years, NFL will be the same exact thing as professional wrestling.
That would be funny.
It'd
People
be
getting body slammed out on the field. Powerbomb.
Tom Brady will be commissioner.
Tom Brady appealed the commissioner's decision, even though the Patriots originally said they weren't going to fight any of it. They were just going to accept it and move along.
They didn't see it coming, though.
Do you remember when Robert Kraft said right when the scandal first broke, he wants an apology from the league after they are found to be innocent? Well, now what happened?
Yeah, we're sorry. Give us $1 million.
Yeah. And I've also heard now that Kraft hates Goodell. They're no longer friends.
I don't know about that.
That's what I read today online.
Well, screw them. I don't care if they're friends anyways. I don't like either one of them.
Me either. You think Brady's going to win his appeal?
No, I do not. It's just because of the whole conduct detrimental to the league thing. Because, I mean, if it was just for the deflated balls, he wouldn't even have been suspended. But Roger Goodell and the NFL have all the power.
Yeah.
So they could do what they want.
And Goodell hears the appeals, doesn't he? So even if you appeal, you're appealing to the guy who sentenced you. So I don't even see how that's allowed. But
yeah, it's just a dictatorship. It's like a mini dictatorship.
It's a monopoly, a football monopoly. You should have a little monocle.
I really don't think he deserves 4 games for this, though, to tell you the truth. Other teams have done this and got nothing. It's just because he lied. Okay, he lied. Suspend him a game. You know what I mean? For the Steelers game. That's all I care about.
It's weird. It's almost like they're giving, and I know they're fining the organization and taking some draft picks away, but Belichick got in no trouble, and $1 million fine to Kraft is nothing because he's a billionaire. Right. So it's like Brady is taking all the heat for it while Belichick and Kraft don't get blasted. So was Goodell trying to help not put all the pressure on his friend, you know what I mean? Maybe subconsciously, or...
Well, I'm sure it was tough for him to come down that hard on him, but he had to do it.
Somebody had to. I
mean, enough's enough. If this was another team, I could have seen him going a little bit later, but the Patriots just been caught too many times doing too many things that the league doesn't want them to do. So you got to do something at some point. Maybe finally they'll stop. But Belichick, he deserved to be suspended too, in my opinion.
I agree.
Because it's like you said before, the whole New Orleans Saints thing. If ignorance is not an excuse, is that the whole saying or whatever?
Yeah, that's what Goodell said.
Belichick is the most ignorant MFer there is.
And you know he knew. If Brady knew, there's no way in hell Belichick didn't know. Brady probably said, "Hey, Bill, I like my balls a little soft." And Bill was like, "Well, I got soft balls." And
I've handled plenty of balls.
It's pathetic. Do you think Brady cares that this is going to mar his legacy? Do you think in his mind it even does mar his legacy? He's still a 4-time Super Bowl champion. Nobody's going to take that away. He's still a first ballot Hall of Famer. Nobody's ever going to be like, well, he was a terrible quarterback because of this. They're just going to say, oh, he was great, but oh yeah, I forgot he cheated.
Well, obviously he cares, because if not, he wouldn't have tried to cover it up. I mean, if it had just came out and said, yep, it happened, he'd have probably got fined $25,000, and that was it.
Maybe one game.
He was all scared. He cried like a little girl. Now, I don't think his legacy...
He's a smug bastard.
I don't think his legacy should be... what's the word?
Marred?
Marred. Great word for it. Should be marred because of it. Because, like I said, I don't think it really affected the games that much.
Yeah, Brady isn't a Hall of Famer because he had deflated balls.
I mean, the fans already know he's a big crybaby.
Did you hear about the sit-in that a Boston website had? They handcuffed themselves together and went into the front office of the NFL studios and demanded to speak to Roger Goodell today.
No.
It didn't have. They didn't get to talk to him.
Roger Goodell's like a dictator, man. You can't get to him.
Nope.
Not happening.
You'll get shot. How do you think this affects the marketing the NFL wanted to do for the season opener against Pittsburgh? Now, you know, they always hype that game up to be so big. It's always the Super Bowl champion from the season before. They usually put them against the best team they have at home that whole season. They picked Pittsburgh for this game specifically. Now all the talk's going to be about Bell and Blunt being suspended because they smoked pot and Brady being suspended because he's a cheater. There will be no positive hype leading up to this game from now until the game. I mean, literally months and months and months.
Any hype's good hype.
I guess, man, but the Shield doesn't like bad hype.
They don't, but fans don't care. That's the whole point.
I agree.
Millions and millions of people are going to watch this game. It does not matter.
I think the media
Janine
outlets are loving
Garoppolo
it.
is going to tear up the Steelers.
He may. But the four-letter network that I'm not going to
What's
speak
his name?
Garoppolo or Garoppolo?
What's his first name?
Jimmy.
It's definitely not Janine.
No, it's Jimmy.
Jimmy
Garoppolo.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, who was the quarterback?
Matt Castle.
Matt Castle. I kept saying Sam Castle to myself for some reason, but yeah.
They went 11-5 the year Brady
made the
blew his
playoffs
ACL.
too.
No, they did not. That was the year they missed it. They had 11-5. That was the only time they've missed the playoffs since Brady took over as the
I could
starting
have sworn
quarterback.
they made it, but you might be right. Who knows? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm definitely right on this one.
First time.
Huh.
I'll have to look that up because I don't believe you now.
Well, I don't care if you believe me or not because I know I'm right, and anybody listening to the segment knows I'm right. So in your face.
Whatever.
But it's just going to be a bunch of bud smoking cheaters. You think they're going to watch the game together and all get high? Think they'll get Brady high while watching it with Giselle?
I highly doubt it. Tom Brady does not mess with the greenery.
Yeah, right. Tom Brady, he does all the drugs.
Maybe the snow.
Yeah, he's definitely goes skiing.
Not the green, though.
What do you think about the line going from Patriots -6.5 to Patriots still -2.5? They don't even think the Steelers' defense is good enough to beat a guy who's never started in the league ever.
Well, like we were just saying, though, Matt Castle went 11-5. So I mean,
Pittsburgh
who
went
knows?
3-1 when Ben was out for the 4 games when he wasn't even charged.
Exactly. So you never know what's going to happen.
If Ben wasn't even charged and he was suspended 4 games, I think it's pretty fair that Brady was suspended 4 games for being a convicted cheater.
I don't know about that. I think those are 2 totally different situations. You could say
Well, they were
whatever you want
conduct
about
detrimental to the league.
I guess. Really, I don't think Ben should have been suspended at all.
Me either. But if he was suspended 4 games for not even being charged ever, it was just somebody said it and it became a story in the media is basically why he got suspended.
That's the same thing with that Leo Collins thing, man. I hated that whole situation because his girlfriend gets killed and it ruins his whole situation. And then people's arguing to me that he put himself in that situation. Well, that could happen to anyone at any time, really.
Right, it's just happened to be a bad luck situation. No, it wasn't
That's
fair.
all it is a bad luck situation. He didn't put himself in any situation.
After 2 years, now he'll be able to renegotiate his deal with the Cowboys and actually get something that he's worth. So hopefully that poor guy can get it back together and keep his head on straight while he's on the field.
Please believe. Anything else about the stupid DeflateGate?
Yeah, how do you think it affects the playoff picture in the AFC? Because if New England goes 2-2, okay, Brady's probably going to lose at least 1 or 2 games. I mean, this is going to affect the AFC East. The Dolphins are a team that are supposed to be on the rise. The Jets look like a team that can contend. People think Bryce Petty's going to be a better quarterback than Geno. If Petty cannot turn the ball over, they can run the ball well. The Jets made it to the AFC Championship with Mark Sanchez 2 years in a row.
Believe.
You know, I mean, you said already on the show a few weeks back that you think the Patriots are finally going to start taking a step back. They lost Vince Wilfork. They lost Darrelle Revis. They lost their other corner, who I can't remember his name. One of their linebackers, Mayo, is coming back off a major injury, so there's no guarantee he's still going to be able to play at a high level. So this could be the year that the Patriots take that step back. You know, this could be the thing. If this is going to be in their head all year, people are going to talk about it all year. It's not just going to go away after week 1, week 2. He's actually not going to be away from the team for 5 weeks because their bye week is week 4.
Well, he won't be away from the team for that 5th week, though. He'll be back with the team.
No, he has to miss week 1, 2, and 3, and the bye week, and week 5. He has to miss 4 games.
Oh, I thought you meant
weeks.
the bye was after the 4 games.
No,
okay.
It's bye week is week 4, and then the 4th game would be week 5. So he actually is not going to be with the team again until week 6.
Well, I'll put it like this.
He's allowed to be with them through training camp, though, in the preseason.
Like you said, I said it before, I think Tom Brady was actually going to take a step back this season, and that was before any of this came out or anything. So I already thought Miami or Buffalo or the Jets could step up and take the number 1 position in that division. But if Tom Brady comes back and is Tom Brady like he has been the past decade or more, then if the Patriots are 2-2 and he comes back, I think they'll be fine.
Do you play him at all in the preseason, or just let Garoppolo take all the snaps to get ready, but then risk the injury?
You have to play Tom Brady some, because if you're not playing him then he hasn't played football in forever.
I guess maybe a drive or 2, but I wouldn't even bother putting him out there for very long.
I'd play him like the backup quarterback, I think.
And let Garoppolo act like the starter.
Yeah. And maybe let I don't know if I'd let Brady play the 4th game or maybe the 1st game. I think it might be better to let him play the 4th game.
The only thing you want to worry about is you don't want Brady in with the second team O-line because you don't want him getting beat up on.
You sure? I think I do.
I do, but if you're the Patriots, you don't.
Yeah, it's hard to say what to do, but they both need a lot of work, I'd think, because if Garoppolo,
I think it's Garoppolo.
if he doesn't get work, then they're not going to be ready for the season. But if Tom Brady doesn't get work, then he hasn't played football from the Super Bowl the whole way until week 6.
Yep. It's going to be tough. That's going to be a tough game to come back against Andrew Luck. Anyway, it's going to be a big game.
When he comes back?
It's going to be huge hype. I believe it's at Indianapolis, too. That might, well, I don't know. The Patriots fans believe Brady can do no harm, so. But the Patriots, you know, they're organization full of cheaters. So, I don't know. That's just my view
not
on
because
it.
of this situation, though. I just can't see it. It's not cheating, really, to me. But you can't do it. It's in the rule book.
Purposely and deflating a ball below NFL standard is cheating, though.
It is, but the fine doesn't justify it. It just doesn't justify it because there's a set rule for it that it's only a $25,000 fine.
But just like we said, it's all because they didn't cooperate.
Yeah.
You got to cooperate with the man or he'll take you down. Well, we're not going to let the man take us down. Don't let him take you down either, fans. Follow us on Twitter at bet_the_spread. You can follow me on Twitter at betjimthewin. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. Keep listening to the show because we love it.